Be ready, guys. 5 seconds. Start. I should like to say that the question of state public service commissions cannot be ignored. The state public service commissions are appointed by the governor. Now we are thinking in terms of the emotional integration of the country. The term emotional integration has become a familiar one in this country. If you want to have real emotional integration, then begin with the services. I see no reason why the recruiting authority for the services should be the government of the state in which the services will serve. The public service commissions will enjoy greater authority, will enjoy greater prestige, and will enjoy greater independence if they are appointed by the president. That is to say, the central government. That is an aspect on which I would like to lay stress. This suggestion was recommended by the States Reorganization Commission, but I do not know why any consideration has not been given to it. Then I am happy to find that the scheduled castes have been able to get their quota this year. This shows that given the opportunity, the scheduled castes can render a good account of themselves. Educational opportunities should be provided to enable the scheduled caste candidates to compete on terms of equality with the other sections of the community, and I am glad that the Commission has been able to record that this year the full quota was filled up by the scheduled caste candidates. Then I would like to say a few words about the personality test. I have not the capacity to speak with that learning which my friend has displayed on this question. He has spoken with an ability which commands respect. I think that common sense should tell us that the personality test does not always work in favor of the poor man. I take the middle of the road attitude in this matter. I am not prepared to do away with the personality test altogether. By this personality test, you can judge a man's capacity for repartee, you can judge his quickness of comprehension, and you can judge his general ability to comprehend a question quickly. But it is not an infallible test. You can test a man's efficiency, but you cannot test a man's personality. I think that the number of marks allotted for the personality test is high. I would reduce that number to 200 for the personality test. I would reduce the figure to 200 or 250 for the viva voce test or the oral test. I think there should be a personality test but with reduced marks. I think that it is difficult to work out a scheme by which you will have a personality test of candidates knowing Hindi or regional languages. There must be one common language in which the personality test is held. That I think is one aspect I would like to emphasize. The work of the Union Public Service Commission will increase in the years to come. 2 more services were added this year, and that are the Indian Economic Service and the Indian Statistical Service. 3 other services which are going to be handed over to them are the All India Health and Medical Service, the All India Engineering Service, and the All India Forest Service. There may be for aught we know an All India Education Service. The work of the Commission therefore is likely to increase. Therefore, it follows that the number of members will have to be increased. The work of the Commission must not be allowed to fall into arrears. Then I would like to say that the report gives us a picture of our services organization in this country. Services are important for the successful functioning of democracy, and our services have to learn that while they have a right to independent expression of opinion in confidential notes and files, it is their duty to carry out the policy of the government of the party, whichever party is in power. The Union Public Service Commission has maintained high standards in this respect. It has kept itself aloof from political controversies, and it is desirable that the personnel of the Commission should not be such personnel as will command respect. I would like to support the suggestion that there should be a woman member on the Union Public Service Commission. Women have played a prominent part in the public life of this country. They have held high offices in our country and there is no reason why there should be no woman member on the Public Service Commission. There must be about 20 or 30 crores of women in this country. Surely among them one or two women can be found to work on this commission. We have accepted socialism and democracy as our objectives. Mr. Vice Chairman, I was mentioning the need for trained cooperative personnel. On the one side, we have to train the non-officials in cooperative principles, and on the other side, as a permanent skeleton for running all cooperative institutions, we should have training of cooperative personnel. In this connection, Mr. Vice Chairman, I would like to appreciate the beginning that has been made in training non-officials in cooperation. This has been attempted on a scale which has not been done hitherto, but more than any cooperative principles. The human element, the element of character, the element by which people will stand up to certain cooperative principles rather than their own selfish purposes is what is wanting in many of our cooperative societies. This cannot be improved by legislation. Nobody can legislate a people into good behavior. This can only be done by constantly training people, telling people the principles we stand for and appreciating the people who attach themselves to these principles. With regard to the training of cooperative personnel, I do not know about our states, but as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, there are 3 institutions which give 1 year training in cooperation, 1 year's training for graduates who are considered as senior inspectors, and another for school finals and above, who are called junior inspectors, but a better type of cooperative training institution has arisen which the Ministry of Cooperation should utilize, called the Rural Institutes. The Rural Institutes today provide a 3-year course in cooperation. It is one of the unfortunate things in our country that on the one side we train people and on the other side we do not use trained personnel. We know the number of people we send to foreign countries for training in various types of engineering fields, and when they return we use them just in the wrong places, and many of them feel frustrated because they are not utilized in the fields for which they were trained. Even today, in the case of the rural institutes, we find that they produce 100 to 150 graduates in cooperation, but they are not being utilized. Every one of them can be employed with benefit to the cooperative movement. There are also 2 institutions, one is Coimbatore and another in Udaipur, where a 2-year course is given after a 3-year graduate course. And this has been declared by the Ministry of Home Affairs as equivalent to a postgraduate degree in cooperation, but these boys are not being utilized, and the funny thing about it is that when the National Cooperative Union advertised for posts, it asked for MAs in agricultural economics but not for MAs in cooperation. This is all the more surprising because the Education Ministry had received a letter from the National Cooperative Union saying that these postgraduates in cooperation would be utilized by the National Cooperative Union. In spite of all this, in the advertisement they called for all accepting postgraduate students in cooperation. This only shows the lack of coordination between the Ministry of Cooperation and the Ministry of Education. I hope, Mr. Vice Chairman, the Ministry of Cooperation will see that these people who are trained specifically on a request made by representatives of the Cooperation Ministry and the Reserve Bank and who have undergone a 2-year course after graduation are properly utilized. Hereafter, at least, I hope that people will choose those who have studied cooperation and have undergone a course of training that has been provided by the state at huge expenditure. Now I come to the next important aspect of cooperation, and that is with regard to cooperative financing. Recently our apex banks have been strengthened. Recently we also passed legislation here in this house by which amounts up to 1500 crores would be advanced for cooperative marketing. It has not reached the maximum, but I hope we are taking steps so that cooperative finance will improve. Today, if we take statistics, we will find that financing by the cooperative sector has increased many times. I must accept that if I remember aright, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, it has become 5, 6, 7 and even 10 times in certain areas, and while this is good so far as it goes, greater facilities should be provided for further expansion if the movement is to touch the people. If it is merely to be an example of a society here and there, it is another matter. But if our policy is, as it has been proclaimed to, that we want to expand all our activities through the cooperative sector so that the people will have a say and the people will do it.